are liars. So when the Creator sent the prophets and messengers, he differentiated them from the rest of the people in order for you and I to know which one is a messenger of the Most High, which one is a fake one. For example, the true messengers of God, they come with the prophecies, they come with the miracles, they come with the same teachings, even though they never met each other. For example, let me just give you an example, quick one. One of the prophecies that Prophet Muhammad mentioned, that he said there will come a time, or he mentioned about some type of people, a person will make up a lie in the morning, okay? In the same morning, his lies will reach far east, far west. Prophet Muhammad existed 1,400 years ago. That was impossible to happen. For someone to make up a lie, and his lie will reach far east, far west in the same morning. You know, because back in those days, to travel from London to Cardiff would take us 3 days, let alone for my lie, okay? Now, can we verify this speech of Prophet Muhammad if it's true or not? Yes. Now in our time, make up a lie, put it on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, will go everywhere. So how man that lived 1,400 years ago prophesizing about something that we can observe? Do you know why? Because he said the knowledge that he has is from the Creator, and that we are here for a purpose, and that this life is a test, and one day we're going to die and we'll return to our Creator to judge us according to our actions. You know, if have you been to Morocco?
No.
Okay, if you go to Morocco, what would you do first before going there? Check which currency they use. You're gonna check that. Basically, you're gonna do your homework. You're gonna check if it's a safe country, currency they use. So you will not say, when I get there, I'll come to know. No, you do your homework. Likewise, we're going to die and we're going to leave this life. So we have to ask the questions. How we got here? What is our purpose of life? Why we have to die? And these questions, no one have answered it in details like the prophets and messengers, especially in the Quran. Prophet Muhammad, because he came with the last teaching, he explained to us how we got here, what is our purpose of life, why we have to die. Have you asked these questions to yourself before?
Yeah.
Of course, no doubt. You know why you have to ask this question? Because you have something called, in Arabic we call it al-fitra. Fitra means natural inclination. Naturally, you start asking about the big questions. Okay, why I'm here? What is my purpose? Am I just here to eat and drink and go clubbing and smoke, or I'm here for greater wisdom? So when these questions come to you, because you have something called natural inclination, likewise you sound reasoning. But those questions, as I've said, science cannot answer it. Whereas in the Quran, the Quran says we have created you. One of the reasons, the wisdom behind it, for a purpose of to worship the Creator. Likewise, as a test. Likewise, for the Creator to implement His names and attributes. Attributes of mercy, of love, of anger, of justice, of wisdom, of highness, you know. Likewise, to recognize one another. Is that clear what I said so far?
Yeah.
You know, let me give you an example. By the way, firstly, before I give you an example, do you believe there is a Creator?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, if I give you £2 million as a gift, I say, you know what? I'm having a nice conversation with you. I'm a billionaire. Don't ask me why. I'm a billionaire. I have too much money. I just want to give it away. I will give you £2 million as a gift. What would you say to me at least?
Thank you very much.
Would you remember me all the time? Of course, £2 million.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have a nice car. You're gonna remember Shamsi. Nice house, Shamsi. Now I will give you £2 million on the condition: give me your 2 eyes. No go. You see? You know why? Because your eyes is more valuable than £2 million. So why we are not grateful to the one that gave us our eyes for free? You see? You like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's what is Islam based upon. Islam based upon the 2 testimony that I should worship, should be grateful, should be thankful to my Creator. The second question I will ask you, if you want to buy a gift to someone that you love, for example your mother, your father, would you buy a gift that you love or your mother love? Your mother love. Likewise, if you want to worship the Creator, we should worship Him the way He loves, not the way we love, because the way He loves is objective, the way we love is subjective. That's why He sent Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Noah, Jacob, Ishmael, Isaac, Daniel, Jeremiah. The last of them is the Prophet Muhammad to teach us about our purpose of life. When you look at the teaching of Prophet Muhammad, you can see clearly this man must be the messenger of the Most High. I'll give you another prophecy. He said, Prophet Muhammad said, it will come a time when the interest, you know interest? Usually interest, yeah? Will become widespread. Even if you are not involved directly, will affect you. Even if you are not involved directly with interest, will affect you. And this is what's happening in our time. Lots of us, 2009, credit crunch. The reason because of interest affected everyone. How men that lived 1,400 years ago knew about something that we can observe and we can see right now. Because for you and I to know this man must be a messenger of the Creator. And if he's a messenger of the Creator, it's better for you and I to follow him. Otherwise, we'll be the losers. Is that clear? You see? So I can give you another one why Islam is the truth. Why Islam is the truth? Because Islam goes in line with our universal knowledge, our common sense. You know what is universal knowledge? Universal knowledge, naturally you know that you should worship one God. There's one creator. Naturally you know that for something to come into existence must have a creator. Naturally you know that oppression is wrong. You see? So when Allah sent the messengers, especially Islam, Prophet Muhammad, he sent him with the legislations that goes in line with that. Worship one God, believe all the prophets and messengers, Moses, Abraham, Noah, Jacob, Isaac, all of them, because all of them came to call us to worship one God. And when we die, Islam speaks about that in detail. We believe there's a life of the grave. We don't know how, it's from the unseen, okay? And there is a day of judgment when the Creator brings everyone back to life to judge them according to their actions. And the biggest crime against God, when you turn away from God or you worship Him in a way He doesn't want to worship Him. And we believe in Islam that if someone dies without Islam being explained to him, God will not punish him. He will test him with day of judgment. However, if Islam was explained to someone and she turns or he turns away from it, then if he dies or she dies upon disbelief, rejecting the Creator or not worshiping Him the way He wants, then don't blame no one except ourselves. So that's what we're here for. That's why I invite you to Islam, to worship the Creator, to worship God who gave you life, who gave you eyes, and who you, no doubt all of us here, we want to have a relationship with our Creator. We want to be grateful to Him. We want to be thankful to Him. So this is your chance here. If you want to accept Islam, I'm inviting you to Islam. If you have any questions about Islam, feel free. Don't worry. Ask any question you want. As long as you don't ask me about my age. So, okay, I'm joking. But ask anything, please. Anything, ask.
I think, yeah.
Does it make sense?
No, thank you so much.
Does it make sense what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, if I ask you, what is stopping you to become Muslim?
I think so. I'm a Christian.
Okay.
And like I agree with like so much that you've said. Like we have this like yearning to know God within us. And we all like need to worship God.
Because sorry to cut you, because you said you're Christian.
Yes.
Now, Christianity. Okay. When you look to Christianity, firstly, was Jesus Christian? Jesus was not Christian. Jesus never worshipped himself. Jesus prayed to God. Okay. And Jesus prostrate when he prayed to God. Okay, who does that? The Muslims. Okay, when we look to the teaching of Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Jesus was circumcised. Who does that? The Muslims. The Jews do that as well. Okay. However, when you look to the Christians in our time, even after Jesus, they were affected heavily by the pagan Romans. You see, because if you notice, Constantine, the leader, he adopted Christianity as a faith of the state. Okay, however, he himself manipulated the teaching of Jesus. You know, so when you say I'm a Christian, Christianity does not, out of respect, Christianity does not go in line with our belief, with our universal knowledge. God became a baby. That doesn't make any sense.
I think it makes perfect sense.
Okay.
God is like three persons, and like God the Son came down
as a baby.
To be a baby, to be a sacrifice for the sins of the people who trust Him.
Okay, let's see. Is God perfect all the times?
Yeah.
God is perfect all the times. All the times? When he became a baby, was he perfect?
We're not told the exact details of his childhood, but yes.
No, he wasn't, because we know in the Bible, Mary breastfed him. That is not self-sufficient God. God is self-sufficient all the times. God is not in need of his creations all the time. But we can see in the Bible, God who became a baby was in need of someone to change him and to feed him. That's not the nature of the Most High. That goes against with our universal knowledge. That's why, if you notice, I told you there's universal knowledge. Where is universal knowledge? You don't have to be Christian or a Muslim or atheist to know it. Naturally we know it. That is illogical, impossible for something to be perfect all the times and imperfect at the same time. Likewise, it's irrational to say God become a baby. Do you know why? Because by definition God is not a human being. By definition human being is not God. To say God become a baby, that is a paradox which doesn't make any sense and does not exist in outside reality. That's why Allah in the Quran stop saying that God, man is a God or God is a three. There is only one God that has no partner and there is nothing like unto him. He's the all hearing, the all seeing. So when you look to Jesus, I make it clear to you who is the true God according to Jesus. Who is the true God according to Jesus?
So I think, so when Jesus, he's healing
the blind,
the paralyzed man, and the friends of this guy let him down through the roof, and Jesus says to him, "My son, your sins are forgiven." And then the people around him say, "No one can forgive sins except God alone."
Yeah.
And Jesus says, "Yeah, you're right. No one can forgive sins except God alone." Like the implication being that He is God. And then He says, "So that you will know that I have the authority to forgive sins, take up your mat and walk." And this guy takes up his mat and walk because Jesus has healed him because He is God and He is claimed to be God.
Okay, does God need authority from anyone else?
No.
But Jesus said authority was given to him.
Yeah.
He cannot be God.
He has authority to forgive sins.
No. Prophet Muhammad said, who enters people paradise?
Pardon?
Who enters people in paradise?
God.
Prophet Muhammad said to his companions, "You be in paradise. You be in paradise." That doesn't mean he's God. What it means that he's saying what God tell him. So Prophet Muhammad, the man came to him, he said, "Your sins be forgiven." Doesn't mean Prophet Muhammad is God, meaning that Prophet Muhammad, Jesus, Moses, all of them speak on the authority on behalf of God because they are the messengers of God. But before we move on, I ask you a question, you haven't answered out of respect here. Who is the true God according to Jesus?
Both God the Father and Himself, God the Son.
Jesus said the only true God. Jesus said that, yeah? The only true God is the Father. He never said him.
So by forgiving that guy's sins and saying only God can forgive sins, and also saying that He is forgiving sins,
No, but
saying, I am God.
No, but he said the only true God. Okay, Jesus said the only true God is the Father, not the Holy Spirit, not the Son. That clearly He cannot be the same God who is who you claim. Because I'll give you another one. Does God know everything all the times?
Yes, but sometimes He voluntarily limits His power. When He came down to earth as a man,
He limits His power.
Yeah, He limits
that's contradiction, though.
He voluntarily limits His power some other time.
But it's contradiction.
No, it's not.
Shall I tell you why? Is God all powerful all the times?
Yes, but sometimes He chooses to limit that power.
But that go against all the times.
Human form.
But that go against all the times. If you tell me I'm perfect all the times, then you say I choose to make mistake. That's contradiction. Because by definition, if you say all the times is perfect, you are negating to be imperfect any times. So if you say I'm perfect all the times, then you said willingly I became imperfect. That's contradiction. You are contradicting yourself. So you cannot say you are, because meaning that's why we say God has no beginning, no end. His perfection, perfect all the times. Today, yesterday, in the future, after the creation, all the times. So that's why, look, what you do in our respect, you are struggling because you believe in something in a book will go against your universal knowledge. So what you do when you try to fight against universal knowledge, which the Creator has given you to believe in a book that we don't know who wrote. That's what you're doing, seriously. You know, John, Mark, Luke, Matthew, it's a different subject. A lot of them wrote things about Jesus which we don't know if Jesus said it or not. You know?
Jesus wasn't even Christ's name.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No one named Jesus did anything written in the Bible.
So no, my point here is, look, my point is that there's, when you look to Jesus' teaching, Moses, Abraham, Noah, Jacob, all of them called to worship one God. Never Moses or Abraham or Jacob or Daniel said believe there's three God, three in one. None of them said that.
They all believed in Yahweh.
Daniel.
They all
Sorry,
believed
yeah.
in Yahweh, right?
I'm coming, yeah? 1 second, you're here. So do you understand that? That's why what distinguishes Islam from any religion or any way of life or any ideas, Islam goes in line with our universal knowledge. Who gave us the universal knowledge? The Creator. So the Creator, to make it clear, imagine I make a phone. Or no one made a phone before me. And you find the phone, and I say, I made it. You say, okay, Shamsi, you made it? I say, yeah. I say, take the menu, and you follow it. When you take the menu, the guideline, clearly the guideline doesn't go in line with the phone. You're gonna come back to me and say, Shamsi, you haven't made it. Then you come to Muhammad, and Muhammad gives you guideline which go in line with the phone. You know, think, hold a minute, he made it. You see, when you look to the teaching of Islam, it goes in line with our universal knowledge. But when you look to the other books which claim to be from God, doesn't not go in line with our universal knowledge. Go against it. But God is the most wise. He will not create you with something, then send something go clear against it. Rather, He will create something like a Wi-Fi and a router. Connect. You see? Do you agree with that? You see? Islam, universal knowledge, goes in line with the Quran. God is perfect, shows prophets and messengers, He sent them. No God became a baby and so on.
I have a question that nobody can
No, I spoke to you before. We're not interested.
speak to me again?
Yeah. What do you think what I said so
I
far?
don't want to talk to you.
I think there's a lot of smart stuff in there, but
Think about it. Try to think about it. Study it. Read it. Because you know all the prophets and messengers. Let me give you one example. That Prophet Muhammad, he was not anti-Christ. Shall I prove that to you? Prophet Muhammad was in Medina. Medina is a place where he migrated. Yeah. He was defending Jesus, even though he was not getting nothing from it. Meaning in Medina, if he was a false prophet, he would have agreed with the Israelites who said Jesus was a bastard man, evil man, or he was and he was not a true Messiah. If he was a false prophet, he would have agreed with them to gain more followers. But what he did, he said no. Jesus was a true Messiah. He was born without a father. His mother was a truthful woman. Why he's going to defend someone in a city when there's no need for him to defend? Rather, by defending that man, he's going to lose more followers, not to gain more followers. Because to show you Prophet Muhammad does not speak from his own desires. He speaks from the revelation. Allah will send him to defend this man because he's a prophet of me, like you are prophet of me. And both of you defend each other. See that? Makes sense? Sorry, I can't check that.
oh, I'm so sorry.
No problem at all.
Talk to me.
You know, as a Muslim, to just clarify
why won't you
that,
debate
we as a
me?
Muslims, we're not allowed to touch woman's hand,
People don't debate
even from
me
Muslims.
because I
As long as if she's our relative family, we're allowed to touch her.
Sure.
But non-relatives, just because some people they think, if not a Muslim, if she's a Muslim, you're allowed to touch her. No. Even if she's a Muslim, if she's not my relative, I'm not allowed to touch her.
That makes a lot of sense.
Do you have anything something to give her to read? Nothing. I have nothing. But hopefully, check.
for explaining.
Thank you very much.
Anyone name one biblical prophet?
Have you read the Quran? Do you have Quran? Yeah, give me one. Just I want to give you a gift, please.
Because I know many prophets.
I spoke to him
named
before.
Jeremiah,
He was just gonna shout.
Hezekiah, Nehemiah, Obadiah, Messiah, Hallelujah. But he won't speak to me.